The subcontinent is on edge. The drums of war are beating louder, and fears of a possible fifth Indo-Pak war are mounting. India just launched Operation Sindoor, a limited strike operation targeting terror infrastructure in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and Pakistan's Punjab province. In the early morning of the 7th of May, the Indian Armed Forces launched precision strikes on 9 terrorist bases. The missiles were fired from within Indian territory without having to breach Pakistani airspace.
Operation Sindoor was launched by Indian Armed Forces to deliver justice to the victims of Pahalgam terror attack and their families. 9 terrorist camps were targeted and successfully destroyed. Over the last 3 decades, Pakistan has systematically built terror infrastructure. It is a complex web of recruitment and indoctrination centers, training areas for initial and refresher courses, and launch pads for handlers. These camps are located both in Pakistan as well as Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir areas.
Pakistan called the strikes an act of war and has threatened to retaliate.
इस बुज़दिलाना, बिला इश्तियाल, बिला जवाज़ हमले का भरपूर जवाब अफ़वाज पाकिस्तान पाकिस्तानी कौम की हमायत से दे रही हैं और देती रहेंगी.
But India has already prepared for any potential retaliatory attacks. According to Indian media reports, Operation Sindoor was part of Phase 1 of India's response to the Pahalgam attack. It is believed that India will follow up with more based on Pakistan's retaliation. New Delhi has already closed several airports in northern India near the Pakistan border. The Indian Air Force is also conducting 2-day war games and has deployed more jets near the line of control. The Navy has also heightened its presence on the coast, and the Indian government has reportedly ordered chiefs of paramilitary forces to call back their personnel who are on leave. While it's difficult to predict the nature of the India-Pakistan conflict that might unfold in the coming days, there are non-war options that New Delhi might employ to maintain advantage over Pakistan. India holds the edge when it comes to the seas, both in terms of size of the navy and its attack capability. India has 2 aircraft carriers and the nuclear-powered INS Arihant. The navy also boasts of around 16 submarines, over 10 destroyers, more than 15 frigates, and over 20 corvettes. Pakistan, on the other hand, has no aircraft carriers and relies on around 8 mostly conventional submarines. Both India and Pakistan rely on the Arabian Sea not just for trade, but also for naval operations and energy security. In a conflict, control over or the disruption of sea lanes could cripple fuel supplies, exports and imports, making it a strategic choke point. India recently demonstrated that it has the ability to strike Pakistani territory if ordered to do so. Hence, India can impose a naval blockade across Pakistan in the Arabian Sea. Cyber warfare may play a key role alongside conventional military action. Take, for example, Russia's attacks on Ukraine's infrastructure and Israel-Hamas cyber duels. Both India and Pakistan might target each other's critical systems that include power grids, banking networks, and military communications. India and Pakistan could deploy malware to disrupt air defense systems or leak sensitive data to sway public opinion. As tensions escalate, cyber strikes may become the first blow, crippling capabilities without a single missile being launched. Psychological operations, or PSYOPs, are a form of strategic passive aggression often employed during periods of high tension between nations. Rather than open confrontation, these tactics aim to undermine morale, spread confusion, and influence public perception. India may have already opened this front. India conducted nationwide mock drills on the 7th of May, the first since 1971. This exercise involved simulated blackouts, air raid sirens, and evacuation drills. Apart from this, the Indian Air Force held a 2-day war game near the Pakistan border. In the exercise, the IAF simulated enemy targets on ground and in the air and hit them with precision. Such high-visibility maneuvers are designed not just for domestic reassurance, but to create pressure across the border, testing response times, readiness, and nerve. With Operation Sindoor, India has drawn first blood, and with Pakistan declaring it an act of war, it could trigger a chain reaction, pushing the subcontinent dangerously close to an open conflict.